Alright, everybody. I think we're here now. I think we're starting. Everyone's readying up. It's round 6 of Sfr Season 3. We are going to Cota. Hopefully it's raining because I want everyone to slip and slide like a little kid. Kachao, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. How about you?
Um, I'm having a wonderful day. I've had two, like, you know those dark chocolate Ferrero Rochers? Yeah, I had two of those.
Dark chocolate is
Exquisite.
disgusting.
You are wrong. Anyways.
No, I'm not.
Also, an update if you're wondering from the last broadcast, I figured out the TRL Limitless thing. We won't go into it, but fun. Figured that one out. If anybody was wondering. Uh, also, we're waiting. Kachao, could you give me the championship standings right now?
um,
I'll wait.
um, I have to find my way through the Discord really quick. Champions League. So they have not been updated. So I don't know, but I know that 5 Cool Nice is still first, Conny is still second, and Cool Beans is still third. I'm pretty sure that didn't change, but they have not been updated since Baku, which is a bit surprising if I'm being honest.
Yeah, fair point. Gripping analysis from Kachao there. So, yeah, we're just gonna be waiting. Hopefully, we can get a weather report as soon as somebody loads in the lobby. Hopefully, it's not dry. I want it to be wet. Nope. God, I hate my life. Anyways, um, I will get
Same
the
though.
track map and everything set up. Yep.
It's so weird. I changed my language to German a few weeks ago, and it's so weird. I'm still not used to it in F1.
Yeah.
Random fact of the day. Sorry about that.
Yeah. The most looks like most people are heading out on the softs right now. So,
Right,
Kachuk, could you give us
yeah,
the ideal tire strategy for Coda?
uh, uh, soft medium or medium soft. Um, the tire degradation is pretty high on this track, so it's not like you have in Russia, for example, where you can basically do the whole race on mediums. I think it's more like Monza, um, where it's definitely soft to medium, but the tire wear is still pretty high.
Yeah. So the track is how many turns? Hold on, I'm going to pull it up.
I
Coda
think
track
20.
numbers. 20 turns. Yeah, it is 20 turns. You're correct. So we'll
That's
go on
so
board with Cool
smart.
Beans just so he can give us a little tour of the lap wall on his outlap. Go through the uphill right-hander or uphill up into turn 1, which is a hairpin, down into the S's section, which is supposed to like mimic Silverstone, I think. That is turns 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, which is this very long, almost double apex right-hander, into this left-hander, which Cool Beans totally missed the apex, which is turn 7, up into turn 8, which is another tight section. You want to cut turn 9, that curb in on the inside, up into turn 10, which really isn't a turn, and then downhill into turn 11, which is another hairpin leading onto the tight back straight. I'm not sure why Cool Beans is pulling over, but we'll wait for him to get underway. Didn't want to kiss the apex there like Cool Beans did. Probably don't want to weave off it the exit. This is going to be where most of the overtaking is done into turn 12. Yeah.
Oh, Strater looking for a move down the inside of Lasse. Lasse with some great defending though, starting his lap now is the third guy.
Yeah, he didn't want anybody to get ahead of him. So yeah, then Cool Beans went through turn 12, the hairpin at the end of the straight. A lot of or not hairpins, but it's kind of like a 120-degree angle corner. Then we have a lot of corners that are supposed to mimic Interlagos, turn 13, 14, 15, and 16, which set you up for the classic Tilkodrome triple right-hander. Turns 17 and 18,
Oh,
which are flat in the race mostly, or close to flat, depending on fuel load. They're all queuing up in front of him. And then you take turn 19, which is a really tricky corner for track limits, and then turn 20, which is the final. It's not even really a hair, but not really, but you know, it's close enough. Another like
yeah.
120-degree angle corner,
Straight
a Tilka special.
forward.
So somebody spun. Was that Lassa?
No,
I
I
think.
don't think so.
I'm not sure. I think
Yeah,
Shietom.
there's a bit of chaos going on in Sector 1 because I think like 3 or 4 guys invalidated in a row, and Vieto didn't really move out the way for Delta, and I don't know. Second one was pretty chaotic. We have some, like,
Yeah.
Sector 3 and 1 are completely empty right now, and everyone is in Sector 2 basically.
So everyone and their mother is attempting to get 3 runs. Let's find the Williams of Adamar, the Swede, no longer the Turk, heading into turn 19, keeps it nice and tight, trying to avoid the track limit extension on the exit of turn 19, not using the IndyCar line, nice and tight on turn 20, picks up the DRS, he'll come up to the line, which is very short, a 133 on the mediums, so that'll be an interesting time, only a tenth ahead of Delta Lima, and 9/10 behind Frog Labelle on the softs. All the times are going to start coming very quickly here. Let's see if I can keep track. I think that's going to be a Haas. That's going to be Lassa crossing the line. Oh, no, P invalidated his lap. Righty Boy goes P2. Reiner goes P3. So they're... Oh, wow, that was not 2/10 off Frog Labelle. That was 3 seconds. Anyways, Exotic P4, 131.6. So he's
Basically
1.5 tenths off Frog Labelle. So Frog Labelle looks to have some serious pace. Cornet around the same lap as Exotic. And then we have 5 scoops going a tenth better than Frog Labelle in P1 on the McLaren. Our championship leader by a large margin. Pretty good lap from him. He'll probably be looking to improve knowing him. He's the robot.
Yeah, I think we're going to go into the low 29s, pretty sure.
Yeah, so is that what you'd be expecting for the pole time?
Yeah. Something like 29.3 or something. That's what I would guess, looking at 5 Kugeln Eis. But I don't know about the rest. I remember last week he said it's not his best track, which still should put him into the top 3. No offense to everyone else, of course, but like you can see it at the standings. He's pretty dominant.
Yeah. He has been quite dominant this year. We're on board with Red Dog. He hasn't set a lap yet. I think he invalidated his first lap. He kept it nice and tight through the first section. Van Rocco was saying that the racing points weren't going to be hitting that apex again. Well, they did, Van Rocco. You were wrong. As Red Dog blasts down the main back straight towards turn 12. See how tight he keeps it on the apex here. Braking pretty early. Doesn't use as much curb as I would have wanted to, but keeps it nice and tight. Keeps it nice and clean on the throttle. Uses the curb on turn 13, then through turn 14. Very tight line, keeping it nice and clean on the throttle. No extreme amounts of wheel spin. As I speak, there's some wheel spin, but he's still good. Up through the triple right-hander. This is a better lap than we're used to seeing from Red Dog. Keeps it nice and tight through turn 19. Avoids the track limits. Heading up towards turn 20. Keeps it nice on the curb. Oh, has a little understeer and a little wheel spin, but good lap from Red Dog, 132.6. We'll see where you can improve on that later. There's a lot of people in the pits now. Yeah, so we're just waiting. I think Dace is on his out lap now.
Meanwhile, we have a pole prediction from Stuart Little, a 29.477, which is very specific. Yeah, why
Stuart.
not?
Now, where did you come up with that number? I'm interested. I don't know where you came up with that number.
He put it into the SFR Discord in league discussion, and I also don't really know how he came up with that number, but it's very specific, so
yeah.
I'm guessing he has some kind of formula or something.
Yeah, he's a very scientific man, as we've seen him to discuss Facebook. If you're tuning in right now, if you can drop a like on the stream, that would be very helpful. Helps our streams get recognized in the large mass of leagues throughout F1 2020. Yeah, that would be very helpful. And if you could drop a subscribe, hit that subscribe button. You know, if you aren't already, most of you are if you're watching this, but if you're not, there's a lot of other races. NRL. RFL, which is a new league we're starting, that'll come out in F1 2021, and I think FRL, I'm not sure when they race ever, but I say that every week, I should probably know, but they'll be on here too. So yeah, I think we're waiting. I think Dace might be the only person on a hot lap right now. It says he went purple, 24 for his first sector, coming around turn 10 now, keeps it nice and tight, going up towards turn 11, in 7th gear, down to 2nd gear. Yeah. Keeps it nice and tight. No wheel spin on the exit, and he's going to blast down the straight. Everyone else is on an outlap, I think.
No, Henry just started the lap.
Yeah, Henry. So
Our
Henry,
time first. What?
yesterday, the TT Lord, he finally got his first win in NRL. Well done to him.
He was lucky. So I
We're not
started
going to discuss
P16.
that.
No,
Anyways,
no, no.
Henry on his hot lap
The
going down the main street.
second one looked pretty decent. He had a bit of understand. He had to lift. Like, if you get the right line, you can do sector 1 flat out, though. But it looked still decent.
Holmesy set a 140, 134.2, so we'll be expecting him to take the sandbags out soon. That's
Yeah,
obviously
he's
not going to
going
be
for
the
the
time he
medium
sets.
strat. He's definitely going for the medium strat.
And then Delta Lima in a 133.1, you'd expect a lot better of him. He's about second off the pace, at least I'd expect him at. So he'll probably be improving on this lap. He's in hot lap right now,
Yeah.
blasting down the back straight. We'll catch up with him later. I think we're gonna catch Dace coming to. We already didn't. We didn't.
Oh, Henry.
A 135, a very good lap from Dace, and then Henry's gonna go 129.8. It's a good lap from Henry. It's gonna put him a tenth ahead of 5 scoops. The TT Master.
To see... No, it's 2/10, actually.
Well, I mean, okay, yeah, actually, you're right. I didn't see the 5s.
But it's actually very interesting to see how much you can extend the track in the last corners.
Yeah. So some people will be thinking that they can get the IndyCar line done through there. Others will think they can't. But the two Ferraris in a very good spot as well right now, P5 and P7. We always talk about them. Very good in qualifying this season, but yet to totally hook up a race weekend.
Yeah.
If they could do that, and a Racing Point nearly gets in the way of Guillama. So close there, actually. Was not on board exactly, but I saw the Racing Point run across, and that's Lassa. He's out. I'm retiring. Is that damage? I can't.
I think that's a crash. Yeah. No, his car's moving.
I'm not sure, but he's out. That's unique. I think we were going to catch 5 scoops on a hot lap going through turn 17 and 18.
Yeah.
He's going to try and keep it really tight to cut the delta down through turn 19. Will he extend? No, he just keeps it nice and tight. Doesn't want to risk too much. He must have a lot of time in hand from here. Turn 20, cuts it a lot. Runs wide on the exit. A 129.6, a very good lap from Henry Rogers, eking closer and closer to Stewart's predicted time. See how close he can get it. Stewart, you'll get a Big Mac if you're correct.
He's very confident as well. He said after we talked about it, he said just wait. So...
Yeah. Well, we're waiting. Exotic 5 laps on his softs. That's rather interesting. That doesn't make any sense.
That's Carly spinning? Oh, he spun in the last corner. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate for Orkali. Looks like he's going for another hot lap, though, right away.
Nah, it's ruined. He spun out of the last corner.
Yeah,
so...
I was going to say that, but he was in hot lap for a second, so I don't know.
Oh, look at the gap to Will Ends, though.
Yeah, Will Ends to... Yeah, that's 1,000th from Will Ends to Orkali. Will Ends, the corner cutting master. Talking about masters, yeah, he was complaining about the corner cutting rules for this with great reason. Sector 1 is very difficult on the corners.
I remember Cota in SFR, the season where I commented alone. I said something about him where I think he got like 20 seconds of corner cuts, and I said Will just being Will, so
yeah.
Guess his reputation didn't change.
Will is going to have to avoid the cutting the corners on his next hot lap.
Honzi? P16 only on the mediums.
Yeah, so he is about looks like he's just got the sandbags in there. No one really believes that's his time. Anybody who knows Honzi, quadruple champion. Yeah, we'll be expecting more from him. He pretends to do a hot lap. Yeah, we see you. Anyways, Cornet down in P14. That's really shocking. He invalidated his lap again. That's actually his out lap, not his actual lap. Yeah, Cornet, P2 in the championship. He's been challenging 5 scoops in other races. He got robbed in Monaco by a DC, but he's 2 seconds off the pace right now. So I expect him to also take the sandbags out.
So, yeah, his first step was a bank on the mediums, so he definitely find it off time.
Yeah, he will. So we'll be watching Cornet when he comes to the line. Not many other people on track right now. I think we have a Williams going through turn 1. That's not Rainer. That is Reiner, but he's not actually on a hot lap. I think we have a Oh, and that's Red Dog, who's already invalidated his lap, so this is just for time for him to see. So no one dares touch the mediums on these runs.
Well, the thing is, the medium soft strategy is OP on this track, like it is everywhere, but the problem is the mediums are just way too slow in qualies, so it's very hard to get a good starting position on them.
Yeah. Frog LaBelle, we haven't talked much about him. He's still in the box. He hasn't set another time. We got 4 minutes left in this quali session, so what do we expect? Oh, and he's been boxed in by his other Renault teammate, Honesy. Thank you, Honesy, for screwing your teammate. Not really your teammate. I think you're reserving. But yeah, so Frog, I expect him to improve. He hasn't set another time, so he should have a decent amount of time in hand. I don't know if he can challenge that time from 5 scoops, though. Do you think anybody can?
I'm watching Cornet right now, and he had a lot of understeer in Sector 1. He is obviously up on his medium time, but I don't think it will be enough to challenge the top 2. I'm guessing he can, or yeah, very deep into the hairpin after the DS Jade. He's only 8 hands up, so I think Cornet is really struggling right now. I'm guessing he should easily get into the top 8, I guess. But yeah, not a good lap from him so far.
Yeah, I don't think he'll have enough time to set another lap either, so it'll be interesting to see if he commits to it. Yeah, he's going to commit to this lap. So he crossed the last corner, 128, 129, and it's going to be a 132. Still a very good lap, but he would have hoped to find more time in that lap. That's P4.
6 tenths off of P1, which is a huge gap. Especially if you want to be challenging for the championship.
Yeah. So, Stuart Little. Let's see. Your time was, what was it again? Let's see. Let's just see if we can remember that. 129.477. So,
but again, like we can talk about quality times all we want. It's the race where you get the points.
Yes. So yeah, there is no point for pole in this league.
Yeah.
So that's important to remember. I don't think anybody's on a hot lap right now. Everyone is on their out lap as the queue begins.
Just starting.
Yeah, 5 scoops just starting his lap. We'll go on board with him through turn 1 and through the first couple corners. Huge lockup going up into turn 1. Now downhill towards turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. Lockups don't cost you that much time if you can manage them, so his lap should still be on. And he's invalidated, so 5 scoops will not improve on his quali time. I don't think he can give back to the line in time either, so this is going to be the end of 5 scoops quali. Rogers on his out lap as well right now.
He will make the line, but I don't know if his tires can manage 2 laps. Well, basically 2 out laps.
I think 5 scoops will not go for that option.
Yeah.
I think that would just hurt his tires too much.
Yeah. I think he would just hope to get maybe a P3. Well, Frog LaBelle has to improve by 6 tenths, so, or like half a second, so I don't know. I think it should still be a first row start for 5 scoops if no one is finding insane amounts of time. Obviously, we still have Fonzie.
So right now, I just think I saw Van Rocco coordinated tow for Delta Lima. He was trying to tow him into the S's, which was rather interesting. I just wouldn't want the dirty air, but Mercedes, I think they found the strategy for them. Right now, P13, P16, we expect them to improve throughout. Also, I think we've got Delta. Who else? I think some shocking positions right now. Exotic and Adam are in P18 and P15. We'll expect them to improve. Let's see if we can catch our leaders, though. I think Dace right now on a hot lap. That's turn 11. I think that's Cool Beans heading towards the line right now. Or he's starting his hot lap now. So everyone's on their hot lap. It's going to be no time if you're coming out of the box to finish your lap now. So should be crucial. Cool Beans, we haven't talked much about him in P5 right now. 134. He'll be looking to improve 8 tenths to get on pole. I'm not sure it's going to be possible as 5 scoops retires.
Invalidated.
So Rogers is invalidated?
Yeah, oh, and yeah. Frog LaBelle completely off track.
So it looks like 5 scoops is going to be able to hold on this pole unless Cool Beans can challenge him. We'll stay on board with Cool Beans up through turn 10. Sector 1 looks good, but I didn't see how much time he was up. Going down into turn 11.
10.
He's up a 10th.
Almost 2 tenths.
Keeps it really tight. But he had a snap of oversteer there. That's going to really ruin his lap. onto the back straight. We'll see who else we can catch coming to the line. That's a McLaren. That is Dace. 132. Good lap from Dace. Puts him into P5. Guillaume not on a hot lap right now either. I think that is going to be the Williams of Adamar coming up to the line. He'll be looking to improve from P18. He definitely has the pace in hand. That's going to be a 131.1. Puts him in P12. A good spot to start in the race.
Honey.
And that is
There
going to
you
be
go.
Honzi, a 129.9. I missed him. That is going to be P3. We have another Red Bull entering the line, or coming up to the line. That is going to be Righty Boy. He's going to finish P11.
So
But
the
Cool
cool
Beans
beans.
only improving a tenth, so I don't know if he's got this. I don't think he does. That's just going to be a 131. So it's still a good time from Cool Beans. We'll put him in P5. Mr. Podium. He'll still have a chance to end up on the podium, obviously.
And yeah, that's it, I think.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
we
it.
might have no Oricale. Yep, but he is on a invalidated lap, so his lap will not count. And Willan's boxes. So, a disappointing quality for the AlphaTauri team. Very good quality for the Renault team and the McLaren team. Yeah.
It's been a weird quality, to be honest. A lot of invalidations, of course, which is just
Par for the
pretty
course
normal
here.
for this game. Yeah, yeah. But
So
still,
Exotic in P17, that's a little bit shocking. He says he took the IndyCar line. Not surprising.
don't do that.
You don't want to do that, obviously. He'll finish P17. I'll give a rundown of the order after this. And yeah, Stuart, your prediction was wrong. So unfortunate, no Big Mac for you. In P1 we had 5 scoops. Starting next to him on the front row, Henry Rogers, and then in P3, Honesy, P4, Frog Labelle, P5, Cool Beans, P6, Cornet, P7, Dace, P8, Guillaume, P9, Reiner, P10, Willans, P11, Righty Boy with the choice for the mediums, P12, Oricale, P13, Big Boy, P14, Adamar, 15, Schieto, 16, Delta Lima, Exotic, P17, Van Rocco, 18, Lassa, who had a strange retirement, I have to say, in P19, and then Red Dog in P20. So that tow for the
Um,
Merc boys did not work out, obviously.
Talking about Lasse, he just said in the YouTube chat that he accidentally retired. I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
But
if you could give us an explanation of that, Lassa, that requires I require elaboration. That's for certain. Yeah.
yeah, so Giyama apparently got a 34.77, so half a point, which is basically half a Big Mac.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think that's a
well,
thing that I can send you, Stuart. So,
I wanted to go to race director.
ah,
And then, wait, but how does that work? The race director is right at the top. You went 2 clicks up, said X, another click up, and then pressed X again?
as demonstrated. Of course, there was no retire from session button for me, but yeah. So, right now, everyone else is on the softs. No one has picked the mediums up. I'll expect that to change
Yeah,
by the time
yeah,
Van
same,
Rocco says
same.
to ready up. Otherwise, don't ready up. Please don't be that person.
Yeah, Van Rocco already on the mediums, Atoma on the mediums, Lassa on the mediums,
So I don't expect anybody to take the hards.
Exotic on the mediums. Yeah. I'm also not expecting too many guys outside the top 10 to start on softs, just because of how overpowered the reverse
Reverse.
strategy is.
Yeah, the reverse strategy here can earn you a lot of time unless somebody just absolutely knives into you at turn 12. But yeah, then you lose that time.
So,
Uh,
sounds like you're speaking from experience.
yes, that's rather irrelevant to this.
Oh, I just remembered.
Anyways, yeah, looks like everyone in the top 10 on the softs, nobody was capable of bringing the mediums. I think the delta was like, what was it? Like, it's like a second at least difference that the game says you will have on the mediums. Obviously larger than that.
Well, the thing about the delta is, especially in quali, I think what the delta between the tires is talking about is if you get the exact same lap in, which is very hard to do because you have to be really careful on the medium, on the traction, and then you have to brake a bit earlier. You can't carry as much speed. So in general, you just have to be a bit more cautious, which you don't have to on the softs. You can just absolutely send it. So I think it's also like a mentality thing, to be fast on the mediums. Just trust your tires and the setup, which is sometimes very hard to do.
Yeah, so the race director we'll give a tire rundown as we go around the grid. But the race is starting in 23 seconds. Righty Boy has decided to take the mediums. Urkale, you expect him to be a little bit higher considering his past qualifying performances. Both the Ferraris a little bit lower than you expect. They're going to both start on the softs. And then we have Shietto, Delta on the softs, Big Boy and Urkale on the softs. Everyone else electing to go with the medium tire. Nobody opting for the hards because that would be dumb.
So Merck's splitting the strategy.
Yeah, the Mercs are splitting the strategy. Should be interesting.
Hmm.
Amazing.
Is it
So
loading for you?
we haven't loaded in. That's great. Uh, what a what a great game we race on. Yes.
Same, same bullcrap, different week.
Yep. Yep. I have a theory that you're right, Froglabo.
Oh, this is so annoying. Oh my god. I really don't know what this is about, like why this keeps happening. So are you going to restart the stream or are we going to
No.
try?
We can keep the same stream. We can just
Alright.
wait. Yep. And we are migrating hosts.
Yeah, alright. I guess we're leaving the lobby. Great.
Yep. All right. We are going to mute our mics and we're going to take a break until the race is ready to start again. So I'm going to go to my broadcast settings and I would assume. Yeah, Lobby's back. Benton's back. I don't know what he was saying. That could be
Is your
dangerous.
voice back?
Yeah, it's back.
Now I was just ranting about the fact that Bochum didn't secure promotion today.
Nobody cares.
Of course. Yes, but that's what I just said. No one gave me a topic in the YouTube channel to talk about,
You
so I
know,
had to come up with
you know what we can
something.
talk about? We're gonna go down through everyone's helmets because I've been waiting for this moment. Um, and this was the only topic I had prepared. All right. Um, yeah, so there's Van Rocco's helmet. Very basic. Honestly, we expect more from the owner of the league. Uh, Del Zolimo, I mean, you've seen that. Everybody's seen that. Oricali goes for the, the plain white helmet. Actually, how do you feel about that?
What? I was
The uh,
drinking.
the
Water, of course.
the the Oricali Scuderia Ferrari helmet.
Um, I'm sorry, Arkai, but that's not it. Jesus.
That's Chow's opinion.
Well,
To
it's
each
all
their own.
about simplicity, so like everyone
Mm,
is so flashy nowadays. I like it.
yeah. So Cool Beans, I don't know which helmet design he has, but I like it. Same with Righty Boy. They've both gone for like this black design with the large variety of color, or the large like splotches of color. I really fuck with it. That was a bad word.
Oi,
Anyways,
language.
5 scoops. He's
You're
got
blasted for drinking beer, water.
I'm not saying anything. Anyways, 5 scoops. He's got the. I don't know the. I think that's the. I'm gonna assume he's got the Michael Schumacher helmet, but the game just wants it to be
Five
pixelated
scoops.
in like 16-bit, so we can't tell. Dace, he's got my helmet. Steeler. Frog.
Steeler. No, that's not the Michael Schumacher helmet.
I can't tell you what it is
Five
because
scoops.
it's pixelated as hell. Frog. Going for a very traditional Renault color scheme. Honzi looks like the Jester from like a medieval movie. Uh,
Wills is nice.
Will's is nice, but it's Will. Ew, disgusting. Anyways,
Yeah, true, true, true.
Cornet, I
We
really
we
dig
don't
the black and green.
we don't talk nice about Will. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
never.
Will.
He could donate millions of dollars to charity, and yeah.
He'd still
Anywho,
get bashed for everything.
yeah, big boy. I very much dig the helmet, even though you stole my design. But I respect that. Red Dog with the camo helmet. Shieto, Rogers also went for the plain white helmet. It looks good on Orcali, but on Rogers doesn't look good. Shieto, dig the black with the splotch of color again. Last's helmet I really really like. Same with Exotics. Then Reiner and Adamar. Adamar
Yeah,
dropping the N racism. Fuck racism. We don't respect you at
great
all. Get the
message,
fuck
but the
out of here.
helmet is shitty. Like obviously the message is great, but the helmet is just not it.
No, the helmet is it. We don't like you racism. Get out of here.
The
Especially in the
message, but the
CCR network, we
design.
don't dig that.
Yes, true. Say no
Yeah,
to racism.
and say no to Will Lands.
Always.
Anyways, we're heading back into the lobby.
Don't
Everyone's
want to
grid
Will
spot.
slander.
Yeah, there's a lot of Will slander. Um, it's
But I think
it's
people are
not
enjoying
deserved.
it because, well, the people start interacting with us now,
Yeah.
so I
So
guess we found a
now people
topic.
want to talk to us, huh? So is that what we have to do? You want to see the little jester abuse Will Lands? Is that what's required for communication with us?
Stuart Little with a great quote. Say no to Williams. Beautiful.
uh, yeah. So we're waiting for the lobby to get back up. 5 scoops and Henry Rogers on P1 and P2. Which side would you prefer to start on for the grid this race, or for the start of this race?
Um, I think that does make a difference. On like going into turn one, I think I would always prefer the inside. Except Russia because you have this weird chicane, but I think he usually wants to be on the inside. And we have a legend
El
in the chat.
Stifler, Guten Tag, Mensch. Äh,
But yeah,
hoffentlich,
I would want the inside.
hoffentlich dieses. Oh God, I don't know the word for race. Anyways, everyone's gonna get their tire settings back together. If I catch you in the top 10 on a tire other than the sauce, I would literally have you in 4K. Don't try it. Um,
Also, little shout out to Edomar. I know he's Swedish, and my Warsaw has something Swedish on it. Skal. I hope I said that right.
yeah, he's actually Turkish, but
Ah, true, true.
yes. So
Mashallah.
yes,
I don't know if that's Turkish.
that probably was not whatsoever. Anyways, waiting for the top 10. Remember, don't try it. I'm literally watching. Um,
We see you. We have our
uh,
eyes on you.
if you're in the top 10, you can change your tire choice if you want. I don't care. I don't think anybody would care.
Hmm?
So we're just waiting.
Oh, I think this stewards would care. I'm not too sure about that. By
Sorry,
the
outside
way,
the top 10. That's what the word.
yes. By the way, I have to reactivate my Disney Plus subscription so I can watch Cars.
Yes.
Just trying to waste some time.
He's trying to say something that is totally irrelevant to what we're talking about. If I
No,
were
we are
on the start
waiting.
here, the up the hill turn one is very tightening. Somebody's going to lose their front wing. Who would you predict to lose their front wing at turn one?
Well, I hope it's the guy who has Guido in his garage waiting for him to change it because he's
Yeah,
speed.
he
But
is speed.
let me look at the grid. Who's behind Will? Yeah, Righty Boy. I'm thinking Righty Boy is going to lose this wing.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think Righty Boy is going to lose front wing. Hopefully, Righty Boy keeps his front wing.
No, I can't do that exotic. I'm pretty sure that's copyrighted
Yeah, we
music.
would get a copyright strike, and I actually care about this channel. Also, I see we got 12 people watching now. Make sure to drop a like on the stream so the YouTube algorithm may bless us. And hit that subscribe and notification bell for all the other races on the CCR network. We're 5 seconds from start now. Actually, on my screen we have started, but on your screen we haven't. Anyways,
There we go. We are loading.
we are in. I will get the spectator menu up, which will disappear after I put it all up here. Thank you, Cody's. Anyways, yeah, we can get the tires up. So, timing screen will obviously go nuts, so I won't be able to tell what's going on. Hopefully you can keep track. Hopefully my words are a little bit fuller this time. Anyways, is there anybody you'd be expecting to, a driver of the day candidate in the back of the field, anybody you'd really be expecting to move forwards?
I would be looking at basically from P16 to P20, like all those guys. Like if you think about guys who could make the top 10, I would look at Delta, Exotic, Von Rocker, and Lasse. I think Orakali will have a drive of the day type race if he doesn't bin it, which both Ferraris said he'd really like to do. But yeah, I think those wouldn't be the guys I would watch out for. Maybe Big Boy.
Yeah,
Maybe the
I'm
racing points are in for something big.
Yeah, I think the racing points are in for a good performance today. I think Shieto and Adamar, I think their luck is due to turn around. I think points for Shieto and Adamar.
That would be
It's
great.
time. Anyways, also I think Cornet is going to have Cornet and Frog Labelle are going to have very strong races. They're in P4 and P6, but I expect them to move up after our time trial master bottles it inevitably. Yeah.
Well, I think Evan behind will get a free position once he crashes. So
I don't think that's going to happen. I'd like to slander Will, but that's not going to happen. Hopefully Will has a good race here.
Well, okay, let me rephrase. They will get the position once he gets penalized for something after the race.
I
There we
see.
go.
Anyways, Will, good luck. Sorry for
I
slandering
really
you.
hope he's
Everybody,
going to rewatch it.
good luck. Before the start of the race here. 5 Scoops is on the grid. We're waiting for Red Dog and Lassa at the back of the grid to form up. I'm trying to get a camera from 5 Scoops, but this game is giving me the front of his nose, which is completely useless to me.
Well, then you will be able to see if he
Overtake
loses
is on,
it.
so we are seconds away from the start.
There you go.
And we're off in Cota. Good start from 5 Scoops. Good start from Rogers. Good start from both of them. It looks like Frog LaBelle is falling back into P6. 5 Scoops squeezes Rogers at the apex, goes wide, really struggles with traction. So does Rogers, pushes Coolbeans off. A McLaren shoves a Renault across the racetrack. There's nearly a huge incident there. It's chaos behind. It's Frog LaBelle is way down the board now in P17. I think 5 Scoops is able to hold his lead though. Looked like absolute chaos from behind. Cornet up into P4, made up 2 spots. Reiner, Willands, and Orcali picking up 3, and 4 spots as 5 Scoops goes into turn 11. Looks like Dace is thinking about a move on the Ferrari ahead of him. That would be Orcali, but he thinks better of it. Guillaume makes a move on Righty Boy into the hairpin there, and he gets ahead, going to the long back straight as they all rush down. Righty Boy, almost everybody activating ERS. Exotic and Big Boy look to be huge losers from the start. They are miles back, 13 and 21 seconds from the closest competitors. Yeah. Looks like they probably suffered damage as Frog LaBelle and I think that was that Dace that chopped across him there. As Cornet and Rogers are going wheel to wheel through the Interlagos corners, and it looks like Cornet got ahead of him, and Coolbeans going wheel to wheel with Reiner. Can he keep it clean through the triple right-hander? I think he does. Reiner gets ahead of Coolbeans, so really good start from Reiner, up 4 positions. Coolbeans losing a spot. Willands also watching in the background.
Well, we like to slander Will, obviously, but he did spin Big Boy and then completely send it on Reiner into the first sector, so I think the stewards will have a look at that.
Yeah, that'll probably be the stewards' decision. Not ours, but Coolbeans, he's ghosted. I don't understand this game. Obviously,
it's apparently lap 3 as well, so DS is activated, which obviously isn't true.
Yeah, so hope when the timing screen sorts itself out, that would be very helpful. I think.
Oh, this is so annoying.
So yeah, this makes it almost impossible to commentate a race. Thank you, Codemasters. Our gaps right now.
Well, 5 Scoops is almost 2 seconds ahead of already.
Cornet looking to size up a move. He does have DRS. This doesn't make any sense. No, he doesn't. Thank you, Codemasters. This is a very interesting camera angle as he closes in on Honesy. He's already used 70% of his battery. That's going to be interesting for Cornet. How easy would you say it is to regenerate ERS on this track?
I think it's not that easy, actually, because in Sector 1, for example, you are never fully on the brakes. I think the only real braking zones you have is turn 1, then the corner after the DRS straight. Yeah, and the last corner.
Yeah, and turn 11 is still somewhat of a braking zone, but you have to lift a lot earlier there to keep the minimum speed. Looks like Guillaume and Delta Lima. Looks like Delta Lima does get by Guillaume. Delta Lima having a really good start. Up 5 entire positions from P16. He's using those soft tires to his advantage.
And now we have DRS available.
Yeah, now we have DRS enabled. It looks like Frog LaBelle. I couldn't tell what happened there at the start. Did you see what happened, Kachop?
Well, initially he just dropped, and then Dace and him just locked tires, I think, and went into the grass. I'm not sure if anyone moved, but it did look very, very unfortunate for both of them. But obviously Frog LaBelle losing way more positions than Dace.
Yeah, the Canadian man, a race winner in SFR this season, down in P14. We'll see if he can recover from that. He's on the back of Lasse Haverhaus. Meanwhile, I think Willands is still on the back of Reiner and Coolbeans in P5, P6, and P7, so that's a little bit of a train.
Cornet is trying to get past Honesy.
Yes, so Cornet, he's going to try to make a move into turn 12, goes down the inside, trying to keep it tight on the apex.
At all.
Yeah, Honesy decides it's better for him to sit in the toe.
Yeah. Oh,
As Exotic gets a 3-second penalty, he's probably raging knowing him. Yeah, that's fun. Anyways, Honesy, 4/10 back from Cornet. He's going to see if he can sit in the DRS of Cornet, try and build up that ERS and that fuel. Meanwhile, 5 Scoops is just gone. He's ditched in P1, 2 seconds ahead of Cornet. I think, is that Guillaume getting passed by Frog LaBelle? I think Guillaume had to have had an incident there. He's down 6 spots from his starting position, so he must have gotten caught up in the melee with Dace and Frog as well.
No, I think there was a yellow flag in Sector 2. I wasn't too sure what it was, but I'm guessing it must have been Guillaume.
So, Frog LaBelle and Guillaume have decided to both box, so there must have been some sort of incident, wing damage.
Let me check.
If you could get a report on
Yeah,
incidents as well for our leaders, that would be very helpful.
yeah, wing change for both.
So right now, the closest
Yama
battle
and
on track
Drake.
is Dace, who's trying to follow in the tracks of Oricale, the Ferrari driver, who's made up 4 spots from P12, as you said, a contender for driver of the day, and he's in a very good spot, as well as Delta, who has made up 6 spots in P10. He's a second away, about a second and a half away from Righty Boy in P11. Dace is going to try and look to make a move into turn 11, but he's too far back, thinks better of it. He'll line up his move into turn 12 on the back straight, massively long back straight, already in overtaking. This should be an easy move for Dace. He's going to move into P8. So Dace, he had an unfortunate start. I think Frog had an issue with traction control. He had fallen back about 6 spots on the start.
Yeah, he had a very bad launch off the line, and then which pretty much put him in a very uncomfortable spot. And then obviously the incident with Dace.
Frog can still recover this race. He had to, of course, change wings, but he's in clean air, 12 seconds of clean air, and he'll have a lot of time to run. I assume he took the hards on his stop. Let's see. And yes, he did. So he'll be looking to make those tires last the entire race. Yeah. Honzi's still
Which
sitting.
could be tough, but I think it's doable.
I think it's doable, especially if Frogobel is traction control off.
Yes, I think he is. Wait, let me check.
So right now the highest running medium runner is Oricale in P9 with four lap old. Everyone's got 4 lap old tires except for Frog, Gyama, and Exotic, but Oricale on those medium tires in P9. Yeah, he'll be looking to hunt down Dace and Will as soon as the tire advantage swings his way.
So Frog is definitely using ABS, which I'm not too sure how that works on the front tires. If the lockups, I'm not sure how that works actually. If it helps tire wear, if it's worse than having ABS off. Not too sure.
Meanwhile, Reiner lining up a move on Coolbeans. He's in ERS. He's got a lot more battery than Coolbeans, and he's going to easily pass him into turn 12.
Yeah.
Excellent overtake from Reiner. Can he latch onto the back of Rogers and Honzi ahead?
Reiner has some decent pace this season.
Yeah.
He was also up there last week in Baku, obviously. Bit of contact with Will, it was, I think. Well, there was lots of contact last week, so
of course it was Baku. So, but
yeah,
Reiner, he had a very good race in Austria. He went from P20 to P3, so that was the best drive I've seen so far this season from anybody. He had a couple of incidents in Suzuka which ended his race, but he'll be looking to improve this weekend, and he's in a very good spot to improve ahead of Cool Beans. Meanwhile, I think Van Rocco is starting to close up onto the back of Adamar, so 2 of our driver of the day contenders that we thought would improve a lot. Looks like Van Rocco sitting in the toe. He's actually might line up a move into turn 1. Yeah, he thinks about it. He's gonna go down the inside of Adamar. Makes it clean. Adamar takes a wider line though, gets a better exit. They're gonna go side by side through turn 2. No, they're not even gonna go side by side. Adamar just gets a better exit. It's not even close. But Van Rocco looking for any way to get by. Doesn't look like he's gonna be able to get through though. Yeah. So the penalties are also starting to come through. Lassa, Shieto, Frog, and Exotic already picking up 3 seconds of penalties. Yeah, so the race is falling into a little bit of a lull right now. We've got 2 distinct trains at the front, Cornet to Rogers, and then Reiner to Cool Beans. Reiner has not been able to latch onto the back of Rogers, Honzi, and Cornet. He's now 2 seconds back. Van Rocco was not able to get a move done into the turn 12 on Adamar, so he's just sitting in the toe, continuing to build up his ERS. They're both about equal on ERS as Van Rocco picks up a 3-second penalty. There'll be a lot of that, so he's just going to want to avoid picking up any more.
Yeah, penalties are going to be crucial today.
Yeah.
Might even decide the podium positions.
Yeah. 5 scoops, of course. Our race leader, 3 seconds ahead of Cornet. His race engineer, I forgot his name. Talked about him last week. Probably keeping him cool.
It's Daniel, Rugby Danny.
Yeah, Rugby Denny, who is in charge of RFL. If you're looking to sign up for that, contact Toss in the the description of this stream. Yeah, but he's out front 4 seconds. Honzi now starting to close up a little bit more. He's within 5/10 of Cornet. He might be thinking about a move into turn 12.
No, Honzi is just going to sit behind and save his yes. He won't be going for any moves.
Yeah.
Honzi is a very, very tactical driver. He sees the light.
So we got a yellow flag, and that's Will Lands at turn 11.
Good, yeah.
Looks like he spun on traction. I don't know if he has wing damage though. Can't see.
I guess I jinxed him.
Yeah. All that cursing of Will Lands did not work out.
We
but,
love you. We love you, Will.
Yeah, he can still recover from here. Delta Lima, of course, going to take that position like it's Gandhi
into
P9
point,
now.
So.
Yeah.
And look at Orikali. On the mediums in the top 10.
Yeah, he's in a very good spot. He's made up, let me go find it. He's made up 4 positions, obviously. Delta and Lassa picking up 7 and 8 positions, so really good races from them so far. Delta on the soft tires, Orikale obviously on the medium tires.
Look at 5 scoops of 5 coolen Ices ERS.
Yeah, he's not even using any at 95 ERS, so he's just waiting for somebody to give him a complete challenge.
Yeah, don't think that will happen. If you don't get a safety car.
Yeah, so he's just rolling.
Doing the same lap times every single lap, I'm guessing. Or at least. Will be interesting to see if anyone decides to go for an early pit stop.
So Shieto and Red Dog actually going wheel to wheel through the S's. I think Shieto cut the corner to make sure he stayed ahead. Saw that on the edge of the camera angle. He gets ahead of Red Dog. I think that's another
price to pay.
Is that Big Boy? And I think that's Big Boy off with the special helmet that we really like. He's off. He'll want to make sure he doesn't crash with those hot tires. Froglabell's going to close up to him here. Froglabell might make easy work of this with Big Boy struggling. Yeah, it looks like he will into turn 11. Actually, maybe not turn 11. Probably turn 12.
My god, those lines from the lockups going into this weird left-hander, as you call it, the Interlagos corners.
Yeah, so everybody in their mother's locking up. That's not really an Interlagos corners, but going into turn 13, 14, and 15.
I don't know the turn numbers, so.
Yeah, you're good. Anyways, there's a lot of lockups in the left-hander going before the triple right.
I just realized something very new. Coolbeans has a time penalty.
Yes, Coolbeans does have a time penalty, 3 seconds. So do his competitors behind Orikale and Dace. Delta Lima though does not have a 3-second time penalty, so he's in a good spot. Those mediums should also start giving Orikale an advantage about now, so we should see him push into the time of Dace and Coolbeans. Meanwhile, Van Rocco's still stuck behind Adamar. He hasn't been able to make that move ever since he tried into turn 1 about 3 laps ago. Still about a second back now, so he's actually out of ERS. Van Rocco will be kicking himself. He would have wanted to make the move a little bit earlier. Get up there with his Mercedes teammate Delta Lima, who's on those soft tires. But Van Rocco, his race is really not right now. He needs to make sure he just gets some solid laps in, and the overtaking will come in the final stint. I think Will right now in the toe tracks of Delta Lima. He doesn't have enough ERS to make a move though. So unless he thinks about sending it Keza style, and he doesn't, thinks better of it, lets Delta Lima lock up. Both of them lock up actually into turn 12, but keeps the order as is. Actually, Delta Lima is incredibly slow. Willen's going to be struggling with dirty air, looking for any way to get around really. Going into turn 16 for the triple right. Turn 17 and turn 18.
Henry Rogers pitting.
So Henry's decided to pull the trigger on the undercut. We'll see. His out lap will have to be really good. We'll see if he comes out in traffic. He probably should come out in traffic. As Delta finally picks up a 3-second penalty. What's up?
If he comes out behind the Red Bull.
Oh, and he's getting a wing change, so he's actually not going to do any undercut. He's actually probably going to fall behind Reiner and Coolbeans. He's still... What?
Oh yeah, it was glitched. He was standing there for me, but then he just...
That was unbelievable what I just saw with my eyes. Yeah. Anyways, looks like he's going to be really close to Shieto behind him, but Shieto should just let him go. They are teammates, and he does let him go. So Rogers is going to have 3 seconds to run in. I think if Frog is that Frog, yeah, he's retired in the box, so a bad day for Frog, but he'll be looking to come back next week in Hungary. Actually, is that next week or 2 weeks in Hungary?
Yeah, of course, now we can do a bit of an advert again. The
Yeah.
League versus League race on Saturday.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it a bit
Yeah, so
more?
we're going to have a League versus League race, 6 drivers from FRL, 6 drivers from SFR, and 6 drivers from NRL. It's going to be 5 a.m. EST, so I'm not participating in any form. I have no idea what time that is where you are.
Whoa. Meanwhile, Will and Lasse,
Yeah, meanwhile, Will and Lassa
they don't like each other on
going wheel to
check.
wheel. Yeah, they do have a lot of history.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
and
Righty Boy is
Lasse,
also sitting behind.
oh.
I think, did Righty
Yeah,
Boy
that
lose part of his wing there?
I'm not sure, but that warning is definitely going to get removed because Lasse just had tons of oversteer and pushed Righty Boy off check, so that
Yeah.
warning is definitely going to get removed.
Meanwhile, Dace is also the first in his train to
And
make the
Lasse
decision to
pitting.
box.
Oh, Lasse almost hitting the wall.
Yeah, so
Wait,
Lasse's
Lasse's on
really.
mediums. Why is he pitting?
He must have wing damage then, so he'll have to go to the hards if he wants to finish this race. Unless he thinks he's got the tire life of Jesus Christ himself.
Nah,
Dace, let's see where he's going to come out.
Yeah, he's changing the swing and is going onto the hearts.
Should be interesting. He's going to come out really close to Shieto. Will he get held up in traffic? And he will. He's going to be behind Shieto. He might be able to make quick work of him, but that's going to be really tough for Dace's race. He's trying to make an undercut attempt on Cool Beans and Reiner ahead of him, but this isn't going to be it, most likely.
And Rogers now has to be cautious that he doesn't lose too much
Meanwhile,
time.
Guillaume's trying to get around Lassa, going into the S's, trying every way to get around Guillaume, but he does not have enough grip to get around Lassa. Guillaume, of course, on the hard tire, 6 laps old because of his incident at the beginning of the race with Frog Lobel.
Cornet getting a penalty.
Yeah, and Cornet picks up a penalty. That's going to really hurt him. Honesy, as we know, does not make many mistakes on track limits. As I think Righty Boy and Willans are actually going for it.
Honesy got a penalty yesterday, just trying to mention that real quick.
Yeah, Righty Boy was not able to get around Willans. He was trying to go down the inside, and I think Will was able to just hook it back around the outside. Willans' soft tires are really struggling as Cornet decides to go into the box right now.
I don't know, defending.
Oh, is that? And Cool Beans is off! I think Cool Beans is off at the last corner.
Why?
I'm not sure why he's off, but
he is. Whoa, what happened there?
I'm not sure. I think that would have been a traction control incident. He's very lucky to not get a DSQ for driving the wrong way. That was so close. That's gonna put Oricale ahead of him.
The wrong way are very shitty. You don't want that.
So Cornet, I think he's able to come out ahead of Will, his teammate. Will has not boxed, of course, so that's a little bit different. Righty Boy was not able to make a move by Will, of course. Righty Boy really needs to be getting by Will. This is where his race, this is where his advantage is right now.
Cornet is miles ahead of Rogers.
Yeah.
Obviously because of the wing
change. So, I think Shieto is also in the box right now, along with no, that's Lassa. Lassa's already boxed, so I think everyone else is in a calm spot. Van Rocco, of course, still behind Adamar, looking for any way to get past, but he just can't get by him. He's been behind him for about
Righty Boy against
6 laps now. Yeah, Will and Righty Boy. Righty Boy should be able to get by. He has DRS. He's not even using his ERS. Will he think about sending a counter move down the inside? I don't think he will. Wouldn't be smart. And Righty Boy does finally get the move done. So Righty Boy no longer being held up on those fresher medium tires. Will still on the softs. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't boxed. Most of our soft runners have. But the Alpha Tower team really believes in extending their stints. Or Will Lands at least believes extending his stint.
Honesy in.
Yeah, so Honesy is now deciding to box. So most of our soft runners are committing to the box. Reiner is also coming in. Reiner's in a really good spot. He could pick up a podium here if he's lucky.
Yeah. Coney obviously with his penalty. Which could be... Does Reiner have one? Do you know? I don't think he does.
No, Reiner and Honesy do not have any penalties right now. As Righty Boy goes around at the pit entry, so Rogers gets out ahead of Reiner, even with the 5 seconds. He made up 2 seconds, I guess, somewhere in there, as the gap is around 2 seconds between Reiner and Rogers. Adamar, the other Williams car, is going to come out right behind Reiner, so he'll be able to hold up the Dace and Cool Beans train that should be trying to catch him. I think Cool Beans, obviously, He had that spin, so he's 5 seconds back. He is not boxed, so Cool Beans, that's going to be his chance at a podium, most likely gone. So
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on the
interesting to
race so far,
see.
Kachao?
Um, Lots of chaos, of course, and lots of penalties, but that's what you expect in Coda on strict.
As Rogers
It's
gets around Righty Boy, sorry to cut you off, into turn 12.
yeah,
Rogers going to make the move to get around Righty Boy, of course, on the fresher tires, so Rogers really needed to make that move if he wants to make sure he can catch up to Holmesy, if he can. I don't know if he can. That gap is pretty big.
leader in.
Yeah, and yeah, the leader, 5 scoops, is boxing now. He's going to go to the medium tires, of course. No wing damage repairs. Probably will go down a click, but they didn't show us that because I couldn't tell. And he's out easy, no issues. Will he come out ahead of Orkale? It's going to be tight.
I don't think he will.
I don't think he will either. So that
No.
that could be a little bit of an disruption for 5 scoops, but nothing can really obstruct him on his march.
Yeah, but look at the undercut you get by pitting a bit earlier.
Yeah, so
When he made
Cornet,
up around 3 seconds.
yeah, he did. 2 5 scoops. I don't think he has the pace to really activate or to keep up with him though.
And
I think that's Van Rocco finally getting by Adamar. Actually, they're going wheel to wheel. Oh no, contact! And Adamar's off. He's collided with Dace. Or was that Dace? Adamar going wheel to wheel with Van Rocco through turn 2. He got a little bit of a bit of contact. He collided with Dace. I'm not sure if Dace has wing damage. Doesn't look like it. But Van Rocco getting by into turn 1. I didn't see exactly what happened from Van Rocco's POV. It looked like he didn't leave him a ton of space, but it looked like it should have been enough. And that's going to be Adamar's race ruined.
Oh, Dace.
Meanwhile, Dace is going to be lining up the move on Van Rocco, who's out of ERS. Should be an easy move for Dace.
By the way, if I'm saying Henry, I'm talking about Rogers. I'm sorry, but
it's fine. Rogers 3 seconds back now.
Also has a penalty. Just picked it up this lap. Could be very interesting for Rainer. And I'm actually very curious to know where Orkali will come out. I would guess just outside the top 10 behind Cool.
Oh, and Righty Boy's off! Speaking of the devil, the commentator's curse, he had traction issues on turn 20. Before the start-finish line, I think that's going to be wing damage. That surely is wing damage. Yeah, he's missing an end plate. Yeah. And now Van Rocco's an absolute army on him. Van Rocco gets by, Dace gets by. So that's going to be a position gain for Van Rocco. I don't know if he'll be able to keep it throughout the rest of the race.
The big problem for Righty Boy now is he has to do a whole lap
without that wing.
Without his wing.
And he's making sure to stay out of Cool Beans.
Yeah. The only good thing for him is that he probably would have pitted anyways. Yeah.
So it doesn't really ruin his strategy, yeah.
But it ruins his race, of course.
Yes, so Cool Beans, actually not on the same strategy, sorry. Righty Boy on the same strategy as Van Rocco. Van Rocco has 9 seconds of penalties, so yes, he's in a very good spot for points when it comes down to the end of the race, but he's got a lot of pens. Cool Beans also right now trying to line up a move on Van Rocco. He's in the tow. They both have DRS. Cool Beans think about sending it up the inside. He's a faster car. He's going to go for it. Van Rocco locks up. But Cool Beans keeps it tight to turn 12. They're going to go wheel to wheel again. Van Rocco, last time he went wheel to wheel with somebody, ended in tears. Cool Beans makes the move around the outside of turn 13. Absolutely excellent move under braking.
The broadcast camera on this track is so bad.
Yeah, the broadcast camera didn't really give me what I wanted, but Cool Beans was able to get the move done. Absolutely excellent move. Actually, meanwhile, Orkale and Cornet are going wheel to wheel through turn 1. I think Cornet was trying to get by Orkale, who's still out there on those medium tires. When would you expect the medium runners to box?
Next lap, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think it's about the end of the medium tire's life.
Yeah. Righty Boys are now obviously
Dace did get wing damage from the incident with Adamar, so he had to box as well, so that's a race runner for Dace as well.
Yeah.
Dace opting to go for another set of mediums. I would have gone for the softs.
Maybe he doesn't have any left, but even if you are going to use that from Corley, you should make it to the end now.
Yeah, so that's an
Of
interesting
course,
choice from Days.
Days really ran through tires on pad, but now that he's on wheel, I'm pretty sure that changed. So he should have been able to make it on the softs. But yeah, I don't know.
Right now, Exotic closing up to Shieto. He's on 13 lap old medium, so he'll most likely have to box again.
Yeah, I was scared to win past him last lap, so
So he's just trying to survive. Exotic
yeah.
having a temper tantrum over race probably in the comms.
And sadly, it looks like Rainer is not able to keep up with Rogers, even with 3 lap pressure mediums.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Urkale, sorry to cut you off, is in the box for his soft
Yeah.
set of tires. So this is the first medium runner in the box. I think that's Will. He's off again. The curse has struck him violently today.
I'm sorry, Will.
And that's going to be partially my fault. 60% Kajao's fault, 40 mine. He's behind Exotic now.
Oh, it's 50-50.
No, that's not true.
No,
Anyways,
no,
Van
no,
Rocco
no.
exiting on the soft tires. Where will he come out? I think he'll come out behind Will. Yeah, he will, but he'll slot in ahead of his Racing Point rivals. Or will he? It's going to be close. No, he's ahead of him. He's ahead of Dace as well on fresh set of softs, so Van Rocco should be able to keep up with Dace and Righty Boy behind him. But he does have those 9 seconds of penalties. Never mind, Dace has 9 as well. So, it's game on between those two.
Someone who would be, yeah, I don't know if he would be gaining that much, but obviously Jama without penalties so far. But yeah, the guy said only have 3 seconds, so he would only gain 1 position.
Yeah, so he'd have to close up a lot more, Giamma. We'll see what tires he's on.
He's on 12 lap old hards, so
yeah,
will be tough for him to gain anything more.
He'll have to have people ahead of him go off. Meanwhile, Delta just in an absolutely stunning spot right now, even with the penalty. 7 seconds ahead of Lassa. He's just 5 seconds back from Morikali, but he's on fresh-ish mediums. He's in P8.
I kind of called it that he would get a driver of the day type performance.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Orikale, he's only a second back from Cool Beans on his fresh sauce, so he's going to be looking up to make a lot of time. I don't know if he could catch somebody with like Reiner with a penalty, but his race is with Cool Beans, so he'll be looking to get by him.
I think Orikale definitely has to get past Cool Beans this lap, and then just do quali type laps every single lap until the end, and Rogers gets another penalty, but I don't think
he really cares.
Well, Rainer is within 6 seconds at the moment, but he's 5.7, so I think Rogers should be able to put those 3 tenths in the last 10 or 11 laps.
Yeah. Holmesy on those 4 lap old mediums, so.
Orikale got past Provence, yellow flag. That is Skieto, I think. Yeah, it's Skieto. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is Shieto. He's off.
It's going backwards. Don't get disqualified.
And he doesn't. Stays out of the way, Red Dog. Good job, Shieto. Well, not good job for spinning, obviously, but good job for staying clear of the other drivers on track. Shieto having a tough day, obviously, in the car. Looking to bounce back next race. I think the closest battle we have right now is actually Big Boy, who's latching onto the back of Adamar. He's going to try and make a move into turn 12. He's in the ERS, he's got DRS, he's going to easily pass Adamar. Even though he's on a worse compound of tire, Big Boy makes the move into turn 12 with DRS and ERS. Yeah.
Nothing really happening right now. Hornsey just sitting in Connie's DRS, and then no one else inside 1 second.
Other than Adamar and Big Boy.
Yeah, true.
So we'll go back to them. Adamar.
Fighting for glory back here.
Yeah. Fighting not to get that wooden spoon.
Big Boy
actually, no, Frog already has the wooden spoon. Big Boy gets a
Yeah,
massive exit out of turn 20. Adamar, that was absurd, really. Um, Adamar, of course, has
Animal
100%
very high
battery.
on,
Big Boy
yeah,
has none.
yes. But yeah, it's a
Yeah.
very dull race at the moment.
Yeah, we got 11 laps left to the finish. Basically, everybody's in their almost ending positions. Van Rocco, of course, has distanced himself from Dace. He still has that massive penalty, though. So even if he were to catch Guillaume, because he's on those fresh softs, I don't think he'd be able to get by. As Exotic makes a move by Schieto into turn 11. Good move from
Yeah,
Exotic.
I don't know if Skieto let him pass, but he pulled off to the left and it didn't look like defending. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing Skieto just let him pass, which is interesting.
He's
But
already made his second up, so potentially that is the option. Holmesy. If you can hear me,
someone
Holmesy,
sounds
please
tired.
attack him. I'm dying.
Yes,
in here.
give us some entertainment, please.
As Day's actually closing up to Will Ans, 4 tenths back. He'll be looking to make a move into turn 1. Will locks
Send
up.
it.
As Dace,
Will
a huge ERS advantage, even though Will is using all of his ERS to stay ahead.
Dace will. Oh no, Dace doesn't send.
Dace does not send it, thinks better of it, learning from comments made by other drivers about his time penalty driving. Anyways, Dace.
Time penalty driving.
Never mind. Anyways, Dace going through the S's. Righty Boy is also really close behind on the fresher soft, so I figure Righty Boy is the favorite to get through this pack.
Yeah.
Will gets his first time penalty.
Which is
We won't say anything. As Dace actually going to make the move into turn 11, kind of caught us by surprise there. So close. And Righty Boy also attacking Will. They're going to go 3 wide through here. Maybe up into the final straight. Will and Righty Boy out of ERS. Righty, of course, on the fresher softs. Hopefully he doesn't run into Dace up ahead. Seen that happen before. He stays clear. Will hooks it around the outside. Very good defensive move from Will, even though he didn't have the inside line. Righty Boy's just going to try and commit to the outside, like his teammate Cool Beans. Yeah, people are really taking the outside, especially the 2 Red Bulls, downforce machines with those soft tires, absolutely eating up that corner and eating up the opposition at that corner. Righty Boy gets around.
Wholly not listening to us. Not going for a move. Sad. Slow, and Rogers, I think he's slowly but surely creeping up to the back of them, of course.
Yeah.
6 seconds penalty.
As well,
so.
Van Rocco closing up to the back of Guillaume on those extremely old, hard tires. I'm not sure he'll be able to keep the position, obviously, due to his 9 seconds of pens, but be worth it for Van Rocco to fight for this position. He could maybe catch up to Lassa.
The tire difference in Sector 1 is so insane to watch.
Yeah, so Van Rocco, obviously, with a huge amount of grip. He doesn't have as much ERS as Guillaume does, though. And Van Rocco picks up another penalty that's going to put him on 12, so that'll effectively ruin any chance he had of getting points.
Yeah.
Ran wide at turn 10, was that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he doesn't like that because he went a millimeter next to the white line, which is just... The track limits are very, very harsh in this game. But you have to do it because they're just way too lenient on regular. So you have to go with...
Especially considering some of the other incidents we've had across the CCR network. It's no wonder, and Lassa spins in P11, so that's going to give Van Rocco a chance.
He was just standing there out of
that was rather shocking. So that could give Van Rocco Dace not able to get ahead of him, of course. Dace has the much larger amount of penalties. Dace with 9. Lassa with 3.
Well, Lassa obviously, I think by now his tires should be cooled down again, but...
And Van Rocco does make the move up the inside of Guillaume into turn 1. Locks up massively.
Is he going to send it? Yeah, he sends it. And he oversends it. Oh my god.
And Righty Boy's going to try and capitalize on Dace's poor exit. Actually, would Dace get a good exit there? I'm not sure. It looks like he had a good enough one to keep Righty Boy behind Dace out of ERS as well.
And Henry with another penalty.
So Henry with 9 seconds, that's going to give Reiner a chance. in these last couple of laps.
Henry really has to watch out. If he gets another pen, I think that's P5 for him.
Yeah, that would be P5 for him. Or Kale as well. We haven't talked about him since he got onto those soft tires.
He's making up time to run, but I don't think it will be enough.
I don't think he'll have enough. There's not enough time in the race.
Of course, the penalties as well.
Yeah.
So
he has to make up actually 8 seconds.
Yeah, and first he has to make up 5, then get past, and then find another 3. So
yeah, it's looking almost impossible. So Van Rockel has a lot of clean air. He'll really want to press on. He could get this could be a double points finish for the Mercedes team.
Yeah. Well, I think Van Rockel really has to
watch his pens,
put
of
it
course.
all out there. There too, but I think at this point, he really has to push, even though 12 seconds is a lot of penalties.
Yeah. Right now, he obviously lose the spot to Guillaume.
Yeah. I think he would drop down into like P12, P13 maybe.
Yeah. So similar result to what happened in Baku. Van Rockel really been improving lately, but he's just not. Cut. Yeah, that was another cut. Obviously, we saw that one. Got it in 4K. Van Rockel, of course, he's having some good results, but he's not having enough pace to really move from his poor qualifying positions. I don't think he'd mind me saying that to
he's getting
P8,
good
P9.
on-track positions, but he just... The thing is, of course he's on a pad, I think. I think he's been switching around between pad and wheel. I'm not sure if he only did wheel in time trial. But no, I think he's actually on wheel looking at his steering input.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just getting used to it slowly. But yeah. He really has to work on keeping it in the lines if he wants to get consistent point, which he definitely can on pace, as you can see today.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Adam Arndt I think I just saw. I think I'm seeing Dace and Lassa going wheel to wheel through the right-hander.
Yeah.
Nearly an airplane crash, I think I saw. Definitely saw them make contact through there. Dace gonna try and get by Lassa again. He overdid it last time in the turn one we saw him. Will he overcook it this time?
He's too far away.
Yeah, he's too far back this time. Straight just needs to be like a little touch longer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As Righty Boy nearly collides with the two drivers ahead of him, who are going rather slow comparatively to him, but he's able to stay out of the way.
Yeah, you have to be cautious under braking, because dirty air also plays an effect under braking, not only in corners. What days? Righty Boy around the outside.
Yeah,
Good
5 cubes.
Righty Boy.
5 cubes, elite Jorg. Yeah, he's 9 seconds ahead. We haven't really had any. Oh, and Dace tries to send it. Or Dace is defending. Very difficult. Or very hard to Righty Boy. Righty Boy, of course, in the tow tracks now. Will he be able to make the move down into turn 12? Will he brake later? Yeah, he's going to try and send it. Oh, but he thinks better of it. He saw a collision there for sure.
The thing is, I think we would love to show more of 5 Kugeln Eis. The problem is it's just not entertaining to watch him just pull away from everyone.
Yeah, the action is in the midfield at the moment.
Yeah, Hornsey's still just...
And Reiner picks up 3 seconds, so that's gonna...
Oh no.
That's gonna ruin any chance he had of staying inside Rogers. Unless he gets another penalty.
Arcadi is really gaining, but I don't think it will be enough.
As well, Dace has 15 seconds of penalties, and he's just fighting everybody incredibly hard. That's interesting. Anyways.
I think that's just the nature of Dace. I think you will never get that out of him.
Yeah. Alrighty, boy, trying to get into the points, trying to climb up into the points. Of course, the gap is pretty large now from Lassa to Guillaume, so I don't think it's going to be possible.
The thing is, you obviously can't take away the on-track fighting, but it's just the question. The question is if it's really necessary.
because he has a huge oversteer moment there, but
Yeah,
doesn't look like it really affected his time there.
no. And Delta looks like he's getting a pretty comfortable P6. 16 seconds the gap to Beans and around 2 seconds to Van Rocco and 4 seconds to Yama. I don't think Yama will get any. But Yama is actually within 3.5 tenths of his PB, which is very impressive considering he's on 20 level hards.
Yeah. So the hards, of course, last very long. So that's part of the reason why Guillaume can just extend his stint like this with no issue. But another thing interesting, will the Mercedes team coordinate a driver swap? I don't think so, but I don't see why Van Rocco should be let through. Guillaume, of course, is actually racing Delta due to the time penalties at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it'll be interesting to see what they do.
You could maybe think about getting.
Is that a Williams off? Is that Reiner?
Yeah, no, it's Adamar.
That's Adamar.
You could think about letting Van Rocco pass and then let Van Rocco pull Delta Lima along, but the question is if Van Rocco is really faster than Delta Lima and can manage to pull him along. Because if that's not the case, they will just both lose time.
With their year.
Yeah. I think Delta Lima might actually drop to Giamma right now. I think the gap is less than 3 seconds. Delta Van Rocco, I think he's going to go past. Yeah, Van Rocco gets past his teammate.
Yeah, so Van Rocco gets past his teammate. Was that turn 12, I think? I think they may be conceding that Guillaume is just going to get by Delta at this point.
Well, he is within 2 seconds now, which obviously is 1 second.
So how many warnings does Guillaume have?
I'm pretty sure that Van Rocco and Delta are always watching and communicating, so I'm not going to say it actually.
Alright.
I will let you know in Discord.
Alright. Anyways, Honzi has actually lost DRS to Cornet, so it's a little interesting. Honzi, of course, probably just this is probably the most relaxing drive he's had in a while. Cannot catch 5 scoops, but he can just sit inside this little range of Cornet. Not really put too much effort in. Yeah, I think that's Red Dog. Is that Red Dog getting by Williams? Oh, that's through the pits. So Will deciding to box. I think he's going to attempt to take this fastest lap point. So is Exotic.
So and Delta, yeah, that's.
It's going to be game over for Delta Lima. He might actually lose both points positions. No. Lassa still has 3 seconds.
Lassa also has passing penalties. And Delta has a huge amount of ERS left.
Yeah, so he's going to start using it here.
And
as Cornet picks up another
penalty.
Pen.
Yeah, that's P2 confirmed for Honzi now.
Of course, Reiner actually closing into that range he needs to be of Rogers. He just needs to be in the 6 seconds.
Yeah, Rogers' tires are really dropping off now.
Actually, Orcale attacking Reiner into turn 1, trying to go around the outside. Yeah. They both have the same amount of pens. Orcale actually couldn't make the move done. Get the move done around the outside. This is the last lap, of course, so Orcale, we actually have a fight for position on the last lap. Not what I was expecting.
Don't miss. Do you want me to?
Oh, and Orcale picks up a penalty.
Oh no! All excitement gone. Oh come on.
And what were you saying, Kachao?
I was asking if you want me to watch 5 scoops go over the line, but yeah.
Yeah. We can pick up with 5 scoops for the race victory. Somebody's inside him, obviously. That is sus as hell. Going through the flat rights. We haven't seen anything. We haven't really mentioned him one tiny little bit because he's just been gone. He'll probably say he had some difficulties. I won't believe that. It's going to be 5 scoops. He's going to come across the line past turn 20 in Cota to win easily in round 6 of season 3 of SFR to just extend his championship lead, his dominating championship lead.
Last week he was talking about how bad he is in Cota. Yeah. We
That
saw
sounds like
that.
Cap. Cornet gonna cross the line in P2, but he's gonna finish P3. Honzi, P2, he just sat there because simpler than actually trying. Rogers finishes P4. He's so close. And roll! Reiner, 200ths away from passing Rogers into P4. I wasn't enough though. He'll be really lamenting that fight that he actually kind of had to have with Orkale into turn 1. Orkale, of course, well within his rights to attack him. Cool Beans, P7. Orkale, P6. A very good recovery drive from him considering he started P12. Is that has Van Rocco spun? No, he has! Van Rocco,
Oh no.
off at turn 16, he retires. He's probably breaking whatever he's using right now.
Is that a race quit?
That's incredibly painful. Delta Lima finishes P9. Giamma P8. It's a good result for the two Ferrari boys. P10 Lassa. P11 Righty Boy. Of course, Dace 14 seconds back. P13, P12. I don't know where he's actually going to finish. Red Dog. P12. Good result from Red Dog. But once again, just not enough pace to get into the top 10. But he's close. He'll just need to find a little bit extra somewhere. Big boy.
Exotic gets another penalty.
Big boy, P14. Will ends P15. Exotic finishes with
24 seconds of penalties.
24 seconds of penalties.
Alright. I'm sadly not going to be here for interviews.
Yeah,
So,
I must go as well though. I'll give a rundown of the final order, but I have to go. So that was a very, very exciting race. Some dull moments, but the start of the race I could not believe one of my eyes. And good result for a couple teams. Specifically McLaren, who continue to push their championship lead away. Same with Five Scoops, just dominating. Every weekend you see him spraying the champagne like this.
alright,
So
I'm
yeah.
out. Bye bye.
Thank you, Kachao. Have a good week.
Yes, you too.
So we'll go through the final rundown. So it was P1, 5 Scoops, P2, Honzi, P3, Cornet, P4, Rogers, P5, Reiner, P6, Orkali, P7, Cool Beans, P8, Giamma, P9, Delta, P10, Lassa, P11, Righty Boy, P12, Red Dog, P13, Dace, P14, Big Boy, P15, Will, P16, Exotic, P17, Van Rocco, P18, Sheto, P19, Adamar, and P20, Froglabell. I'm going to go through the racing incidents just so everyone can see what happened. Like a speedy boy that I am. I'm not going to make it though, am I? I'm trying though. Not enough time. But I tried. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Next week we will have the League versus League race. I think that'll be on Saturday. At 5 a.m. EST. That'll be 11 BST, 12 CET. So if you want to see FRL, SFR, and NRL go up against each other, tune in for that. Otherwise, drop a like button, or hit that like button, drop a subscription, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of the races from the CCR network. I'm Ben. Hope you have a good weekend. Have a good week, good rest of your week, and it's a good race. See you guys.